Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. I know it's been a little while, hasn't it? I know if you have joined this group this year, it's very likely you probably never seen me working on this piece before. Okay, so you probably heard me going on and on about GeckoRouge. And yes, this is a GeckoRouge project, okay? My one and only GeckoRouge project, but it's epic, okay? And it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So this piece is a piece of artwork created by Collin Thompson. Okay, very mysterious artist. I don't know what he's thinking. Okay, his head is, probably full of all sorts of stuff. And this is the markup. Let me show you. Let's have a look here. Okay, so you know what I mean about Collin, Mr. Thompson. Okay, what is going on in his head? Okay, so this is, I would say somewhat representative of his artwork, if you're not familiar with his work. And quite a lot of his artwork are very popular, just like Amy Stewart. They're very popular in the puzzle, jigsaw puzzle world as well. And you can see why, because there's so much going on, and it's quite a challenge to compose this image together with a jigsaw puzzle, you can imagine. So yes, I got this project, okay? If you don't know the story, I'll give you a very quick recap. This is actually my second restart, okay? I restarted it sometime last year, the end of last year, and having worked on this piece, the first version, for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. And if you want to know why, and I have a full stream capturing the reason why. So to cut the story short, there's some glitches when I imported my previous project. So I missed out quite a lot of stitches, and I decided to restart. Okay, but this is it feels like a brand new start, even though this is a piece of artwork I'm very familiar with for over 3 years now. Okay, so let me show you my progress here. So the second start right here. The first start, I started from the upper left, okay, like a good girl. And this time around, I decided to do something a little bit different. As you can see, you can probably tell how large this piece is. If you're familiar with supersize Heaven on Earth, this is larger, okay? I can't tell you exactly how much larger, but it's bigger. And I decided to start from the center bottom here. Very unconventional, I know, but I just decided I'm going to have fun with it and just stitch however I want it. And I started from bottom center because I like the object. It's interesting, and also it's very different from my first start, and that was important for me. I couldn't, kind of repeat what I did for 2.5 years and did it and do it all over again. So I decided to go start from the bottom center here. Ooh, let's have a look. I don't know what's going on here. I just want to have to make sure that I haven't marked stitches by accident. Okay, so this is my progress at this point. I can't even zoom out. The pattern is so massive. My iPad just can't handle it. So I kind of just go around tracing different objects and just have fun with it. And today, I'm going to move slightly over here. You probably saw my fabric already and wondering what that was. I'll show you what these objects are, in a little bit, okay? But first of all, I want to show you the numbers as well. And let's delete the last session here. So the last time I worked on this piece, I had to look at the time, the date. I think it was end of last year sometime. So this is the first session this year. So lucky you to be here with me to witness, the first session this year on this project. So in terms of progress, I'm slightly under 1%. It doesn't sound like a lot, but in order to achieve 1%, it's going to take a few stitches because it's a very, very large project, quite big. And even for GeckoRouge, GeckoRouge is the company that charted this piece, and for them, it's under the category of oversized, meaning they're just too big. It's enormous, okay? And the number of colors is relatively modest, is 149. So 149 in heaven and earth terms would be somewhere sort of along the line of expansion in terms of colors. You have regular colors, 90, and you have max colors, 250. And this one is somewhere in the middle. And number of stitches, currently, I have done over 8,000 stitches. Not too shabby, really, for Yogi's term, okay? And I'm going to start a new sprint right here in front of you. So this will capture the number of stitches I'm going to make today. And at the end of every session, I share a number with you. Because it's interesting to see how slow Yogi can be. And you'll be shocked every single time, okay? And before I do a single slow stitch, I want to say hello to all of you. Let's have a look. We have Lona here. Hello, hello, welcome. And Samantha as well. Oh, have I missed a few people in between? My chat is a little bit funny. Yes, Samantha is the first today. Sorry, I can't highlight this portion of chat. Technical difficulty here. And Samantha, hello, hello. Yes, Samantha probably has not seen this project. Yes, it really depends on when Samantha joined us. And Kirsten as well. Hello, hello. Yes, it's been a little while. It's been a little while. And Chloe as well. Hello. And Sola is joining us as well. And Lizzie as well. Welcome. And we also have Janine as well, right on time. Very, very good. And Chloe, I think, is our new friend, right? Chloe. Let's have a look. And I think Chloe has joined our Facebook group as well. So welcome. Well done for joining, catching the live session. It's not always easy for everybody. So let's have a look. And we have Mandy Moran as well. And Nikki's also here. Hello, hello. Have I missed anybody? If I have, sincere apologies. And yes, I think we're good. We're really good. Okay, and Jackie's here as well. Hello. And Laurel Brown. Hello. And Betty Hankins is also here. And Grace Houston. Great to see you. And Clara as well. And Guy Lane. And we also have Suzanne. Lovely Suzanne. And Rose is here as well, reporting from work club right here. Yes, we are here with you, keeping you company. And Aldana as well. I think Aldana has just joined us, haven't we? Aldana has joined the Yogi Squad. Amazing. Let's have a look. And well done. Welcome, Aldana. And my chat is playing up a little bit, so bear with me, okay? And let's have a look. And we also have, who have we got? Chelsea as well. Oh, Chelsea, I haven't seen you for a few days. I hope you're well. And Bess Williams as well. Welcome. And Lynn Rose. Hello, hello. And Sarah, of course, Sarah. Hello. Think you missed the quote, really? I'll go back. I'll go back, Sarah. Do not worry. Do not worry. And we also have Aldana, who has just joined our membership, says, this is my first sub ever. Very well deserved. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I feel very honored, very honored. So Aldana has joined the Yogi Squad. Welcome. And Walk Away is here as well. And who else have we got? I'm going to go back to find Sarah's quote, okay? Where are you? Where are you, Sarah? Is it in the beginning? My chat is a little bit funny today. It wouldn't scroll properly. Let me just scroll back from this end, from my phone instead. And And Sarah, if you don't mind, can you cut and paste for Yogi again? I love to see the quote, but I cannot find it on the chat here. Okay, and so welcome everyone, and yes, so GeckoRouge, if you're not familiar with GeckoRouge, is a company. It's a UK based, so I'm pretty proud, and it's a pretty unique company. They, I think they used to do patterns only. Like most companies, but somewhere along the line, I don't know when, they started to specialize in just made-to-order kits. So unlike dimensions, they're pre-packed and distributed to shops, etc. With GeckoRouge, you order from them and they put together a pack for you. It's a little bit similar to Heaven and Earth. They used to do material pack, you know, that kind of stuff. But this is all GeckoRouge do. They only do made-to-order kits. They do not sell patterns on their own at this stage. Okay, so I got this pattern. I'm trying to think, back in 2000, the end of 2003. I think, no, it's 2002. And I got the pack in the very beginning of 2023. So it's been over 3 years, okay? And I ordered over Christmas. I got it in the beginning of the new year, and I started working on it right away. And yeah, I was so obsessed with this pattern. And you can see, let me just show you the markup here. It's just, I just love patterns like this. It's just full of surprises. I don't know what I'm gonna get next. And, you know, because GeckoRouge, if you've been to their website before, you're probably slightly surprised because the price bracket is slightly higher than the usual sort of cross-stitching kits. But you kind of know why gradually, because a lot of patterns, they're exclusive, and also they give you tons and tons of material and fabric, etc. And it's a very sort of, you know, quite unique experience buying from them. They're beautifully packaged. So I got this pack, and I went, you know, this is the only GeckoRouge project I've got, and I went in with a bang. Okay, I got one of their biggest projects and been stitching ever since. Just give me a moment here. Sincere apologies. My throat has got a little frog there playing up there. So just had a sip of water. So this is the area I'm going to be focusing on today. If you go, well, I have no idea what you're doing, is a PowerPoint graph. I wouldn't blame you, because you know, if you just look at a color bars, it looks very much like a presentation, doesn't it? And hang on. So I'm going to show you the markup so you know what I'm stitching today, okay? Just watch, all right? It's magic. There. Can you see what's happening there? I know. Color pencils. It's so much fun. And so if I zoom out a little bit, you probably recognize, for those of you who have been watching me stitching this piece, you probably recognize some of these, you know, images. We've got a kitty, orange kitties here, the sort of strange pink blobs, and the evil crab right down here, okay? But today, for a change of flavor, I actually moved my fabric way over here. So I want to focus on these beautiful colors and slowly move up a little bit if I can. And I'm quite keen to stitch these letters, colorful letters, where it says pencils, right? It's just so childlike and a lot of fun, and hopefully not too confetti, because these are very bold colors, and I think I'm gonna have a good time stitching it, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So this is what I am, okay? And one stitch at a time. And guys, let me know what you're stitching with me today. You know, I'm doing GeckoRouge, and I know quite a lot of you have GeckoRouge projects as well. So, you know, why not whip out one of them and stitch with me? Okay then. And in the meantime, we have Michelle Fuller. Hello, hello. Oh, reporting from work club. Michelle, no problem. Yogi's here right with you, okay? And Kelly as well. Kelly quotes plus. And Aldana says, I love the fact that there's a mini version of this image itself, close to the bottom of the left corner, like an infinite mirror effect. Aldana, you're very observant. Okay, so this mock-up, let me just bring up the art view for you one more time. It's very trippy. It's very trippy. We have many discussions about what this, you know, pattern is about and what these items are sometimes, you know. To the right here, I don't know, Aldana, you're referring to this little bits here. There's an easel here that captures the entire image on this picture. So I presume Collin Thompson, Mr. Thompson, probably worked on this piece the last, right? Once he's composed everything and he comes over here and go there. That's the entire image on the easel. See if you've noticed. So it's full of mystery and full of surprises. So as I'm stitching, I try not to kind of look into it too much because I like surprises. I like to be shocked. And I've been surprised many, many times over. And so let's see what happens today, you know. And I'm really looking forward to it. The first session of this piece this year. Here we go. So, and so I'm working on 28 counts. The first version, when I ordered the kit, I ordered a 25 count version, and which was fine. But second time around, I was craving for a slightly different experience, so I decided to get my own fabric, and this is 28 counts, and because the kit actually gave me plenty of floss there, so I'm not worried about running out at this point. So the floss, I believe, is DMC. So DMC floss here. Very, very colorful. Here we go. So I'm going to just pick a color and start stitching, okay? Nice and easy. And indeed, I'm looking at the pattern here. It's not too confetti at all. This bit is going to be such a joy to stitch. And I'm just in that kind of mood for colorful stitches. So I'm going to start with the pink. 108, which means nothing for anybody because the numbering system for the threads is completely arbitrary. So there are 149 colors. It's numbered from 1 to 149. So I don't know what the underlying DMC colors are. So 108. But I can show you what the color looks like. Look. It's a pink. Here we go. It's a very nice start. Lona says, I just finished gridding fabric so I can start my Disney big panel. Is that a new project? I wonder. Lona has got many projects going. And that sounds like a lot of fun. Let's have a look. Yes, because Aldana, you sound like you're familiar with this piece, right? Which is because I have seen jigsaw puzzles with this image and wallpapers as well. So it's quite popular piece. Samantha says, I feel like I need to have a project for each day to match your streams. Exactly, Samantha, you know? And you know you can cycle through maybe one, you know, enough for different days of the month. You know what number that is. Okay then, so I'm going to start here. Let me move it over here. So this is the focal point today. Those beautiful color pencils. So let me just find my position. So this is, you know, it's coming back to to see an old friend. And you need to kind of warm up a little bit, you know. So I'm going to start here, and let me zoom in a little bit more for you, because this is 28 counts. So the stitches are relatively small in comparison. Here we go. How's that? Suzanne says, Xbox, decided I need to upgrade my setting. Are you playing games? Suzanne says, Yogi, have you tried color matching them to your master DMC set? No, I have not felt the need to do that just yet, because I'm not worried about running out of threads. I don't think I will, because first of all, they give you enough to do 2 strands, 25 counts, you know, and also now I'm doing 28 as well. So the requirement for the floss, for the threads, is not that great. So I'm not worried, okay? So if I ever get to a point that I'm running out of a color, which I doubt very much that will happen, then I'll probably do the color matching to try to find it. But at the moment, I'm not worried. And I love this fabric. I have not worked on 28 that much, only traveling library, but I love 25. But just currently, I'm really into 25 count. So most of these stitches literally just go vertical, just go vertical. Oh, hello. Is it Griet? I still don't know how to pronounce it properly. And this is an old friend of the channel, okay? So Griet has joined the group from the very beginning. And now she's officially part of Yogi's squad. Yay, round of applause. And you know what? Griet is one of the very few people on this planet probably have this pattern. She's got it. And yes, so are you working on this project with me? Yes, I remember you getting this kit from GeckoRouge after watching Yogi working on this piece. So, well done. How wonderful. We have 2 new members today. I'm very, very happy. And Susan is working on 9 p.m. And Sarah, have you have you found your quote? I still can't find it. And I'm sure it's tremendous. So please kindly paste your quote. We need that. We need an inspirational start, because normally the chat deteriorates at the end, right? We were talking about body parts and stuff like that. And and pineapples. Oh my God, did I just say that already? We literally just started. So we need something that's a little bit, you know, spiritual and inspirational to start, to counteract the deterioration that's inevitably going to come at the end. Yes, welcome. For our new members, and this is quite interesting, because even though the floss that comes with the kit, it's DMC, but for me, maybe just me, it feels a little bit different. It feels a little bit more structured, if you know what I mean. Not stiff, but just a little bit more structured than my usual DMC. And it's quite nice to stitch. Sarah says it's there twice. Oh dear, I can't find it. Why can't I find it? Let me scroll back a little bit, okay? Let's have a little look here. Sarah, where are you? Mr. Quo, did you paste it? Oh my goodness. I still can't find it actually. How strange. Oh, another new member. Wonderful. We have Chloe. Yes, Chloe has just found us, haven't you, Chloe? First time live stream and joined the Yogi Squad. Yeah, welcome, Chloe. And Chloe, if I remember correctly, you're in Australia, is that correct? Have I remembered it correctly? And so big welcome. Oh, there you go there, Sarah, finally. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being so patient with Yogi here. And I finally found the quote. Okay, guys, now it's a moment of the uplifting, inspirational, motivational wisdom from Sarah here. Sarah says, hate and anger are toxic fuel, not worth the cost that comes with it. Absolutely. Yes. I totally agree because it takes a lot of energy. It's very taxing, isn't it? And the person that you're, being mad, if you're mad at somebody, and the other person might not even know that you're mad at the person, and you're spending a lot of energy thinking about whatever's happened and feeling really mad. But the other person is living a happy life. So yes, I know it's not always easy, but if you can, let go of the anger. Yes, it's all part of the life lessons, isn't it? It's not always easy, but it's worth trying. It's worth trying. Thank you, Sarah. Well done. That was worth it. And now we can talk about pineapples, okay? And Chloe says, yes, it's Australia. It's 7 a.m. here. And I'm not a morning person. Did you set an alarm to join us? Oh, amazing. Model viewer here. We have many stitchers in Australia. They have to get up really nice and early to join us. But, it's worth it. It's fun. So well done. Well done, Chloe. And Heather, Kissick. We have a new friend here. It's like a test. Yeah, see, I sometimes trip over just trying to pronounce his YouTube handles. We have a new friend, Heather. Says, hi Yogi and everyone, my first time catching a live in a very long time. So you've joined us before. And where have you been? Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Well done. Great to have you. And so Walk Away says my GeckoRouge is named Firstborn, and it's a lion by is it Jonas and Jonas Joe Dyack. I gave it a go, okay? Have mercy for Yogi. And Walk Away says it's an older kit. I purchased it several years ago, but just started it recently. I wonder at what point GeckoRouge decided to go for kits only. You know what I mean? Because Nikki clearly managed to get a pattern from them when they were still selling patterns. But definitely, you know, by the time I discover them, it's kids only. Literally, these stitches, they just go vertically, which is really, really nice and easy. It's perfect for today. Perfect for today. I'm just in that kind of mood. Hi, Jackie Turner. And also Vadui, hello, it's been a little while. Great to see you. And Kelly says, the pencils look really good, Yogi, easy to stitch. I'm guessing, yes, I'm just in that kind of mood, you know. Sometimes I'm craving for something a bit more complex. But today I just had a look, because if I move to other areas of this pattern, instantly a lot more confetti. But today I'm just drawn to the simplicity of the color pencils, and it just looks like so much fun. And I'm really looking forward to the pencils, the letters, big letters on top. Oh dear. Let me just come over here. And it was about time to give this piece a little bit of love, you know. It's been a little while. And I told this story before when I first got this kit, the first try, okay, this is restart. The first start, I was really head over heel in love, obsessed with this pattern. And I stitch, you know, nowadays you see me changing my webs every day and rarely stitch the same piece twice, you know, 2 days in a row. And but at that time, I literally, I think I was stitching this one exclusively for nearly 6 months. Nearly 6 months from upper left side, and just kept going. And I couldn't stop. I didn't want to stop. And until one day, I just woke up. I just go, no, I cannot look at this piece anymore. And I kind of just put it down. I got burned out, and I put it down and didn't touch it for maybe a few months. I was slightly upset because I really wanted to stitch it, but I literally just could not pick it up again. And I was that kind of, you know, I just overdid it, I think. So I learned from that lesson, you know, it doesn't matter what patterns, you know, even the patterns I really, really love to stitch every day, I try not to. I just want trying to pace myself and just have a good time when I do it. All right, then, let me pick the next color. The next color is number 2. Again, you wouldn't know what it is. It's this beautiful purple. Number 2. And Jackie Turner says, hello everyone, fighting the flu right now. So happy to have Yogi to listen to. Yes, the soothing voice of Yogi is going to heal all symptoms, okay? Yes, you're going to feel better already. And you have the chat here to keep you company as well. Oh, Michelle, how nice, Michelle. Michelle says, welcome to the chat, new members, viewers. You found the best place to hang out. Yay! Exactly. And we're here almost every day, aren't we, Michelle? Yes, occasionally we talk about, you know, strange things. But we have fun doing it, don't we? And every day is a surprise because, you know, this is about stitching, but also it's about the chat. And I follow where you go. You want to talk about anything you want. I just, you know, I just come along for a ride. And hopefully, you know, you get to learn a lot of things as well, because we have a lot of very experienced stitchers here as well. And even new stitchers, there are different perspectives to learn from. you know, because sometimes we are so in this rabbit hole, we forget if you're new, you know, stitcher, if a new stitcher, your perspective might be very different. So it's very helpful to kind of have that as well. So everybody has something to offer. And I'm learning so much every day. Yes, Sarah, there you go. Pineapple fact. Pineapples are not a single fruit, but a cluster of berries that fuse together, taking up to 3 years to fully mature. Really? Pineapples has, it's like, it's got sort of alter egos. It's not one fruit, really? Oh, there you go. And Chloe says, I'm in Queensland. So, oh, maybe it's talking about some weather condition. I hope everything is all good in Australia. It's really hot over there. It's totally not, you know, complete opposite from the rest of the world. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Maddie says, I love the pencil, so colorful. I know, I know. How can you not be happy just looking at it? And this piece is so childlike. You know, it's kind of mind-bending at the same time. It's full of mystery, but at the same time very innocent in some way. Heather says, I usually catch up the next day. I find everyone so friendly here when I'm watching. Yes, I mean, you know, these are all just wonderful people loving stitching. And it's wonderful that we have replays, right? Because everybody's in different time zones, different timetables. Not everybody can make it to the live streams, but we have, you know, people watching a lot of replays and enjoying that as well. The beauty of that is you can just sit back and just watch and listen to the chat as well. Okay, I am going to end this thread because it's getting a little bit short. Kelly says, just don't lose count of the pink yogi and keep on going. Oh, the pink, yes, I'm gonna miscount, you know, counts for sure. That's my thing. That's my power move, and then I'll fudge it, right? So normally, that's how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna, you know, extend these color pencils, but at the same time adding new ones as well. So I'm quite looking forward to that. There are still quite a few with different colors here. It's really, really fun. So here we go. Let me pick one of the colors over here. Okay, so this one's a little bit paler of the white color pencil here. Let's have a look. 32. 32. And let me have a sip of my coffee. And what power drinks are you drinking for your power stitching session? So I just brewed this fresh mug of coffee. Delicious. close. It's one of our cooler days here, and 23 Celsius. Oh, 23 is not too bad at all. 23 is like it's like a very nice warm day, summer day in London. Let's have 32. Let me pick this one. 32. And in some way, I'm kind of, the restart is kind of disaster, well, blessing in disguise. Even though I was slightly gutted, I had to let go of 2.5 years of stitching. But at the same time, it kind of gave this piece a new lease of life, because to be honest, towards just before I realized there's issues with the pattern, I was struggling a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of stuck in a rut a little bit, to the point I started to, because I was doing 25 count 1/1, and to the point that I was trying out 2/1 tent, because I think in my mind, I just wanted to do something different in order to revive, kind of my interest, my love for this piece. So I was slightly stuck then. And it wasn't too long after that, I realized there's issues on with my chart. So what happened was, so currently I'm using Saga, and prior to that I was stitching with Pattern Keeper. So it's a very popular app. Quite a lot of you are using. So when I imported this chart, it was at a stage that I literally didn't know what I was doing. I was very new to Pattern Keeper. I was very new to this type of apps, and also this type of patterns as well. And so when I uploaded the chart, PDF charts, it's not the chart's fault, okay? It was my fault, because when I imported the chart, there was an option to ask me to confirm whether there are 3 rows of overlaps. It's quite common, isn't it? And with quite a lot of patterns, you probably have that. And for some reason, I chose no or maybe yes, I can't remember which is which. I basically imported the chart with 3 rows. Oh, I think what I did was I selected yes for the 3 overlaps for the top of the page and the left side of the page, and I selected yes when the chart actually does not call for that. There's no overlap. So I ended up importing this chart with 3 rows on top and 3 rows on the side, three columns on the side, missing every single page. You see what I'm saying? So so that's quite a lot of stitches missing. And the strange thing was, because this chart is so massive, when I looked at the mock-up, it looked fine. It's just minor details. If you don't look very carefully, you literally wouldn't know. And that's why I did not notice. I kept stitching, and until I can't remember how I realized that something was wrong. I think I was trying to import this chart onto Saga, and I checked the stitch counts, and I realized it didn't match. And so that's how I discovered that I actually had all those stitches missing every single page. Oh, that's Lily for you. Hello, Lily. I know, but Lily's not hungry. Lily had food twice already today. I gave him food in the morning and not very long ago. Oh, Lily's just want attention, really. I know. So Lily's here saying hello, okay, in a very special way. 32 going back. Vadu, he says, I've been working from the office, but this week I'm home. Wonderful. So you can join us. Okay, so these stitches are so pale. I literally cannot see. I probably need to zoom way in for you, just to prove to you they're real stitches, just on the side there. Can you see that? I'm going to keep that zoomed in because it's so pale. So just in case you think I'm doing air stitching, okay? I am not air stitching. So this one should be a little bit better. Number 1. So it's always a challenge. And they're very, very pale colors. So this one's pink. It's a little bit better. So it always amazes me when stitchers, they go, oh, I love stitching sky, you know, blue sky or pale sky. I'm like, why? It's like stitching air. Just keep going there. So 1, 2. Chelsea says, my mom has just surprised me and my husband with a night away for our anniversary. Oh, where to? How nice. And congratulations for an anniversary. I presume it's a wedding, right? Anniversary. That's very nice. Chelsea says I mostly finished the sky on Bayside. Oh, at least 3 different colors. Oh, Bayside Cottage. Oh, is that the dimensions pattern? And yes, tomorrow is our dimensions SAL, okay? So for new members, every Wednesday we get together and celebrate dimensions patterns. So currently I'm stitching Maggie, the mess maker, and you can stitch whatever you want. So I've got quite a few Maggie stitchers joining me every Wednesday. So every Wednesday we get together and enjoy dimensions patterns. And hopefully the company can be revived, you know. I think they've probably been having some tough times, so now it's owned by a separate company. And hopefully that, you know, at some point someone's going to take over and go and create some new patterns for us. See, this is so pale, it's ridiculous. Imagine, luckily, these are color pencils, so probably, you know, not going to be huge area with really pale colors. Imagine this entire, you know, this is like a sky or something. Just these colors. Would you not go, you know, probably go blind? I would. So number 1, going back. Oh, the heat wave. in New Zealand and Australia. It's no joke. Okay, so this one is slightly more pink. That's more doable. 103. 103. So I've got my my Pikachu here to help me. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Right, it's Chelsea's 10-year anniversary. That's a big one. 1 decade. Well done. Yes, you definitely deserve a night away with no kids, you know. Has to be done. Let me take a new strand, actually. This one's kind of short. 103. Here we go. Right, so that's a dimensions pattern. 18 counts. Yes, 18 counts really nice. I really enjoy my Maggie. Because, you know, I've been doing either 14 or 25 or 28. I have not done 18 for ages. And it's really nice count to work with. 1, 2. So this is a pink color pencil. Sarah says just fixed a fresh cup of coffee. Wonderful. Yes, mine is freshly made as well, just before the stream. The smell is just the best bit, isn't it? Oh, Lily's not happy. So the situation with Lily right now, you know, he's not happy. Whatever I do, he's only going to be happy if I let him in whenever I want, whenever he wants. Because originally, he would, you know, when I decided it's not a good idea to have him just run around the house scaring Dolly, and he was not happy, and he would come, you know, come to the garden, come outside the window and just cry like this. So I thought, well, maybe he's hungry. And I was feeling quite bad, you know, and so I started to give him some food. I caved in, okay, and with my partner's disapproval, but I couldn't help it. And but now he's getting food regularly. He's still not happy. He just want to come in and just take over the place. That's Lily for you. Oh, Lynn Rose. Yes, Lynn Rose says, I haven't caught up in stream. Who's Lily? So you know my cat Dolly, right? So you guys know Dolly. So Dolly's my cat. And Lily is a stray cat that's been coming to my neighborhood. I've got a patio. He's been coming to the patio for years, probably before COVID. So I think Lily is at least 5 or 6 years old. And he's a black cat through and through. And really, really clever, but very, very aggressive, very dominant. It's a male cat, I think. And the reason I call him Lily is because I thought it was a girl when I first met him. He was just out of the kittenhood and quite slim at that time. Now he's very, very, really bulky. Not fat, but not fat shaming Lily. No, he's very muscular now. But at that time, he looked like a girl. So I thought it was a girl. So I started calling him Lily. And but realized he was very, very dominant and very, very, he's a little bit of a bully, to be honest. I think he's more suitable to go to a house that there's no other cats, because he doesn't like any other cats. He would come in and trying to hiss at my cats. At that time, I had Molly and Dolly. And so even though I was slightly tempted at that time, maybe taking Lily in, but I realized it wasn't working. So throughout the years, he's been coming to my garden from time to time, just kind of come in for some food, but sometimes he would disappear for months, or even, over through. I think I only saw him a few times during COVID. And now recently he came back again. And this time he's so persistent. He just wouldn't take no for an answer. Yeah, and so he kept coming back to try to come in the house, and Dolly's terrified. So I locked the cat door, the cat flap, for the incoming direction, and which is inconvenient for Dolly, but I have no choice at this point, and I just don't know what to do. Love Drunk says, I just ordered the same embroidery stand that you use. It was delivered today and I love it. Wonderful, Love Drunk. And I'm sure you probably watched my demonstration for how to set up your hoops properly. And it's actually quite easy once you've done it, the kind of that sequence, and it's very stable, very sturdy. And I hope you enjoy it. So Love Drunk is referring to the embroidery stand that I'm using here. And last Saturday, I did a demo for starting and ending thread methods. But on top of the stream, I demonstrated how I set up my projects every day using the stand. So it's quite easy to do once you know how to do it properly. And it took me a little while, sort of trial and error, to figure out the best way of doing it. So here we go. So really pretty pink colors. I'm going to just keep building different colors and see what I've got here. So this one is more orangey. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. One, two, one. Yes, Lily is a stray cat. I think the reason he hasn't been adopted is because he's so aggressive. Otherwise, he's a lovely cat. He's lovely to me. He loves me. But he's really, sort of very, very territorial. So he doesn't like having other cats around. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And he's very vocal as well. He's not shy about telling you what he thinks, If he's not happy, he'll be there crying all night. Lilius. Sola says, Yogi, Lily will adapt. Just be patient. Well, the thing is, I kind of, gave him a chance a few times, to be honest, because not very long ago, this time around when he came back to visit me, I actually thought about taking him in, thinking that maybe he's grown, he's now a little bit older, maybe he's settled down a little bit, a little bit more mellow. But it turned out to be not the case. It was okay for a couple of days, but he gradually just started to kind of try to bully Dolly. And Dolly's not happy. Dolly started to have kind of behavioral issues. And I noticed that. And Dolly will only get stressed when he feels threatened. So I have to protect Dolly, She comes first. Hey, Ring. Ring says, good afternoon. The cold has finally broken here. It's 45 Fahrenheit and sunny. How, 45 Fahrenheit? What temperature is it for Celsius? But it's wonderful. If it's getting a little bit milder. That's wonderful. I mean, London has been very, very kind of average. It's not warm, but it's quite mild considering it's February. Because it varies quite a lot. Sometimes, February you could be snowing. Who knows? Not this year. Who knows? Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Normally, that's how it happens, isn't it? You go, oh, yes, the winter is almost over. And lo and behold, snowstorm. Here we go. 121. 121. 7 degrees. Okay, that's not that different from London, actually. London's probably somewhere between 7 to 10. I have not checked today, but something like that. So it's very, very sort of average temperature. 149. 149. $149. It's really, really big. Stargazer is in the chat and says, hello, stitchy friends. Better late than never. Absolutely. And also, better watch replays than nothing. Replays are fun as well. And we were talking about it yesterday, even though we do daily streams, so normally there's a new one waiting for you every day. But, it's quite fun occasionally going back to the archive and just randomly select a stream. And you'd be surprised what we talk about every day. So replay is quite fun as well. Okay, so one more here. So I'm just building up to more pencils, more color pencils. as I go. Okay, 149. Earthquake. Oh, Dana says, I feel kind of lost in a pattern if it's not visible. You mean like stitches like this? They're kind of there. You just have to look very carefully. I know. It's what we called air stitching. Air stitching. It's like stitching air. You know, like air guitar. You're pretending that you're playing guitar. It's a little bit like that, because if you don't look carefully, it looks like you're just simulating. You know, you're pretending to stitch, but you're actually stitching. Oh, but this one is quite okay. This one is green. Wonderful. I love this color. I love it. And the thing is, you don't need to have 250 colors or whatever, you know, to build a really vibrant, colorful picture. I mean, this pattern, considering how colorful it is, it's under 150 colors. 54. So it's all about how it's charted. More is not always better. Here we go. Oh, that is so fun. Look at this green. Monster Mama, hello. Oh, I love this message. Monster Mama says, thank you, Yogi, for normalizing slow stitching. Most YouTubers show massive progress, which can be discouraging. Although I still love seeing their progress, I often too busy to stitch at all. There you go. It's the, you know, it's an art form. And with some of our stitchers, I actually set goals for them, like Lona, right? Lona just stitching way too fast. And I go, Lona, for 2026, your goal is to slow down 50%. Down to not quite yogi speed. I don't think Lona can manage that. She's way too fast. But, you know, just slow down a little bit. It's the process. You know, you have to enjoy the process. It's not a race. So thank you for your message. It's important because our mind, you know, the way we stitch is very often, I think, is a reflection of who we are and also where we are with our minds, right? The way we organize our sort of our setup, etc., reflects individual sort of thinking, ways of thinking, etc. Oh, what? Why do I see alarm bell going off? What's happening? What's happening? What? And yes, so I was saying, why? Who is raising the alarm here? What's going on? I think I'm correct with my stitches. Am I not? What's happening? And yes, so I think it's, you know, there's a lot to gain to kind of stitch kind of consciously, fully present and enjoy the process rather than thinking, you know, I have to hit this number of stitches by when, otherwise I'm slow. I mean, who are you comparing with? Oh, my saga is not showing. Yes, it's deliberate. It's deliberate because this is very zoomed in. I can bring my saga. Okay, I have the technology. I have a technology. I'm just not having it set up properly. Can you see that? It's there. It's magic. I know. It's there. I'm not trying to hide it, okay, guys? I know it's very sneaky because, you know, if I don't show it, you wouldn't know if I'm making mistakes. Yes, maybe I'm trying to hide it. Because, you know, if you have the app view, then you know if I'm making mistakes. Or, you know, nothing escapes the chat. I was thinking about hiding it for a few moments because this is very zoomed in. So all right, it's back. And and most of Mama, I agree with you. I really enjoy watching floss tubers making a lot of progress as well. I'm impressed by that, I have to say. For instance, you know, when I watch Nikki's channel and also Kamari's channel, for instance, they stitch way faster than me, and I see a lot of progress, which is fun. But when I'm stitching, I have to be in my own world. You know, I have to stitch in a way that's right for me. So it's different. It's totally different approach. There you go. Am I correct, guys? I'm not cheating, okay? And I'm not fudging at all. Not yet. I will be. Lola says, I have 4 projects, but I'm not doing it on every project. Oh, you mean slow stitching or slower stitching? And ultimately, you know, I do it for the joy of stitching. It's not a competition. Who am I competing with? I don't know. What am I doing? Oh, the colors are so pretty. I love it. It's a tough crowd here, you know. Because you guys know, if you can't see the app, literally, I could be improvising, you know. Maybe it's improv. Nikki says, I don't stitch fast. Nikki, do not lie, okay? You've got like 20 projects ongoing, and I saw your notebook, okay? What kind of alien activity that is? Guys, have you seen Nikki's notebook? Handwritten with a real paper on real papers. Okay, first of all, and it's like monthly journal. So she literally just write them down every single month with percentage and number of stitches. And what kind of aliens do that? And I've seen your progress on your 6 portals, okay? Do not lie, Nikki. Love Drunk says, Yogi, the frame stand is easy to assemble. Securing your fabric on a hoop takes some practice. Yes, it took me a little while as well because you need to kind of, you know, adjust multiple parts at the same time. But it will make sense. You just do it one step at a time and watch my demo. That's, you know, I'm doing it. I can do it with eyes closed now every day. And if I can do it, you definitely can. Oh my God, I knew it. We're surrounded by aliens. So Rin says, I still use paper tracking. Oh dear. You know, when I was doing my yoga teacher training a few years ago, and we had to do a sort of written test. So there's, you know, teaching test, but also exams, but also written exams. We had to learn anatomy and yoga history, etc. So there was one part we had to write stuff. We had to write kind of essay type of thing, and real time. And literally, I had to, you know, when we were given instructions about the exam, I literally had to check with the teachers. I asked them, do I have to write with a pen? Because I didn't have a, you know, pens lying around the house, not normal pens. And so I literally had to check, because up to that point, I was doing everything digitally, you know, with my iPad, iPhone, etc., my laptop. So I didn't know how to write on paper. I forgot. So, and the teacher laughed. The whole class laughed. They couldn't believe that I had to go out. I had to go pen shopping and notepad shopping in order to do the exam. So that's me, okay? So when I see people writing, you know, a lot on notepads, like real notepads, I don't know what to think. I'm just, you know, impressed at the same time, but scared. 54. And Nikki, your handwriting, seriously, it's just not fair. You've seen my handwriting with when I was doing my demo on Saturday, okay? And you go and have a look at Nikki's handwriting. It's just not fair. All right, another green, 78. 78. Let me come out a little bit. See? 78. Color pencils. $78 is another green. Nikki says, I stitch slow. I just have time to stitch. Well, but I think stitching is a little bit like running, isn't it? Some people can sprint, like Komari probably. I think she's kind of a sprinter with endurance as well. And Nikki, you know, I don't know, you probably definitely stitch faster than me, but fair enough. If maybe you're not as fast as Komari, okay? Komari is like alien sort of category, but at the same time you have an endurance. I wouldn't, you know, even if I had time, I don't think I can just stitch for hours and hours. I'll just lose focus. Sarah says, I go through about 6 journals and notebooks a year. Oh my goodness, what do you write on your journals? If I ever do any kind of journaling, I'll probably try to find an app to do it, because I don't know how to do it on paper. What's a Zentangle? Sola says, yeah, thank you, Yogi, for normalizing the slow stitching. I see the stitchers who can stitch a ton every hour. It's discouraging. Well, the thing is not to compare, isn't it? So when I look at people who stitch really fast, I just watch with fascination. I never feel like I need to compete with them or compare myself with them. You know, why? Because this is a hobby. I think comparison is probably the issue. The good thing is I do not compare myself to anybody. I'm just happy doing my own thing. And that's the most important, isn't it? Why do you need to stitch fast? Says who? Who decided if you stitch, you have to do it really fast? No one. Stargazer says, I love to write. Writing essays, papers, etc. is not what I like to write. I really want to learn calligraphy. Oh my goodness, that's a different form of art. I like writing as well, but I write on, I type really. And my handwriting is just terrible. Walkaway says, my best time to stitch is really go, go, go. It's in early morning. Oh. Nikki says, I do get tired of the piece after 1,000 stitches. That's about 2 hours, right? Barely. 1,000 stitches would take me probably up to 10 sessions. Depends on what I'm stitching. And that's a lot of sessions. But the thing is, when I watch someone like Komari stitching, and she's doing the same thing as me. You know, one leg at a time, one stitch at a time. But for some reason, she's just so much faster. And I don't think it's just the starting and ending method. You know, we kind of have a little fun with that method. But I'm sure it saves some time as well. But there's something about what she does with the movements that kind of just makes her faster. And I think is really fascinating. Maddie, hello. Maddie is coming in with Yogi in caps and exclamation marks. Hello, how are you, my love? Aldana says, I have a giant collection of pens and color pencils like these ones and markers. That's why I'm trying not to fall into the cross-stitch rabbit hole. I collect hobbies, but they're expensive and I'm not rich. Well, I think, you know, if you're here, you're probably in a rabbit hole of cross-stitching in some way. But yes, I have to be very mindful as well because there are a lot of different things craft-wise and drawing. You know, the other day, a while ago, I was watching, I got some ads about a painting. Is it painting with numbers or painting in numbers or something like that? And that sound, you know, I'll probably fall into sort of rabbit holes of that activity as well. And so I have to be very mindful to not even start. That's probably the best policy for me. Because once I start to get slightly obsessive with it. Have I got it correct? 1, 2. Hang on. Have I 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh dear. Look away, everyone. Okay, nothing to see here. All right. And 1, 2. Okay, it's all good, all good. Only 1 stitch. It's a very, very, very snappy demonstration of reverse stitching for our newcomers. Okay, they have not seen it. Just purely for educational purposes. So let's say, so I'm not competing. I just want to stitch all the patterns. Me too. I stitch them all. Maddie says, we bought our new tours. What is that? I have no idea what it is, Maddie. Maddie bought something last night, okay? And she's very excited. But I have no idea what it is. So maybe someone... Oh, truck! There you go. That makes more sense. Okay, you bought a truck. How exciting. What for? Is it just for stuff? Do you need to move stuff? I don't drive, so I have no idea. I know what a truck is. Sarah says, comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, absolutely. Yes. A lot of people, they're happy with who they are until they, you know, they start to compete or compare themselves to others. And they go, well, maybe I'm not as good as the next person. And that's pretty much what part of my teaching, you know, as a yoga teacher. Because just imagine you walk into the studio and there are a mixture of people. Some people have practiced yoga for 20 years, and some people, for them, this is the first lesson. And some people might think they're really fit. You know, maybe they've been doing other sports and coming into yoga thinking that they should be, you know, one of the fittest people. And it turned out that it's a completely different kind of challenge. And they felt defeated because they're looking at, you know, someone next to them that looks, you know, like 65-year-old lady can do back bend and handstand like no one else. And they're in their 20s and can't even do, you know, a forward fold properly. And so they start to compare, and it robs your joy and purpose of why you practice yoga. So, and I had to learn my way there as well, because in the beginning I was kind of competitive as well. I was thinking, you know, I came from dance background, I should be able to do back bend, forward bend, whatever bend. And I learned my lessons, okay? If you think you're fit, there will be at least 10 people in a class. They're fitter than you. So do you want to just keep comparing yourself to others? Or find your, kind of come back to the essence of why you were there to start with. Why do you practice yoga? And I had to learn that as well. Hello, Gloria. welcome. Hola. Nikki says, I don't care to finish. I love the process of stitching. Yes, that's why Nikki and me, you know, getting along so well. Even though Nikki's an alien stitcher, I don't mind it, you know. I do not judge her. She's an alien. It's just the way she is. And her stitching is beautiful. Walkaway says, I do 1,000 stitching days towards the end of a piece when I'm super motivated to get a finish. Yes, that's fine. If you enjoy, if you know, giving yourself goals, you know, how many stitches a day to stitch is motivating, then by all means do that. It's when it becomes a burden, or, you know, you do it because you don't want to feel that you're slower comparing to someone else, then that's a problem. I have no desire to compete. What for? Seriously. Oh, Maddie, so you're getting a new truck, new lorry, and you're really, really excited, I suppose. Yes, if you love lorries, getting a new one is exciting. Nikki says, Komori stitch hand is fast. It is fascinating, but I couldn't do it. And stitching masterpiece advice to stitch faster is stitching faster. That's very simplistic. Yes, how do I stitch faster? And just do it faster. How's that? Yeah, all right. I do remember coming across I think one video that's titled How to Stitch Faster. I can't remember if I saw that one. I'll probably just try to walk away and go, all right, it's not my goal. So this color is literally just going all the way up. No blend colors. Lona says, if you start paint by numbers, I'll get mine out to join you. Oh, Lona, is that what you do as well? Yes, you know, I saw those adverts. I was very tempted because I love painting as well. I love creative painting, but creative painting can be very taxing because you are, in a way, carrying the weight of how the piece turns out. And it can be a very sort of, you know, it takes a lot of energy. But what I love about the idea is the fact that you just follow the numbers, a little bit like cross-stitching, right? You just do it, the crosses in the right spot, and the picture happens. And you don't have to worry about how it's going to turn out necessarily. And I love the idea. It sounds quite therapeutic. But I was very mindful not to start because I knew as soon as I start doing it, I'll need to change the channel name to Slow Painting by Number with Yogi, you know. So Solar is doing Chatelaine as well. Yes, Solar says, I've got 5 others. So along with Chatelaine, Solar's got 5 other projects. And Solar says, I want to finish them all, but I'm slow, hence the desire to be faster. But Solar, why do you think you're slow? Comparing to whom? So this is what we're talking about. Why are you comparing to, I mean, who sets the standard? I say yogi speed is the gold standard, Sola, so you're very fast. So, you know, what is norm for you? That's the question. I mean, for me, my speed is the norm, so I have no problem with it. I'm just stitching. Let me take a sip on my coffee. Susan says time for hot chocolate. Indeed. 10 o'clock is Susan's chocolate time. Okay. Let me just stitch until I get to the top of the block. Adana says, what I love about cross stitch is the little details you get to discover as you stitch. The patterns are just so intricate to be fully appreciated only by stitching them. Yes, same here. I think that's why we love full coverage, because if it's a smaller pattern, you kind of know what you're stitching, which is quite fun as well. But with full coverage like this one, even though I have this project for over 3 years, and everywhere I turn is full of surprises, because there's just so much going on. And you know, I'm one of those people, if I stitch by myself, I probably don't even look at the markup. I just focus on the pattern, the symbols, and the colors I'm stitching. And I love the, the feeling of, you stitch and stitch and stitch in a very close, close up mode. And then suddenly you zoom out and you realize what you're stitching, and I love that. Lona says, Yogi, I got some drawstrings bags to put my excessive fabric in. Also zippered project bags for all of it. Yes, it's really handy, isn't it? Drawstring bags. I always save them if I come across one. And so I've got a few in my stash. It's very handy, very handy. There you go. Very low. Very nice green color stitches. I want to keep moving actually and see, maybe let me just have a look. Let me check the colors. Quite fancy doing different ones. Okay, here we go. There's one more green here. 105, 105. Walkaway says my new bed sheet came inside a cotton drawstring bag that I saved to use. Exactly. Now they are, now you don't throw them away or now you know how you can use it. So it's really, really nice way to reuse those bags. And they probably come in different sizes as well, so you can, you know, use them for different projects. I just love the simplicity of this section, because this pattern, you know, it's a very interesting sort of chart, because some parts, like this area, is really, really straightforward and not a lot of blend colors. Literally just, you know, one for highlight, one for shading, and it does the job done. But some areas can be so confetti. No kidding. Relentless. So it's very drastic. Very drastic. Lona says, I'm also stitching so slow in caps that I'm literally falling asleep on a nap. Is sounding good. Yes, Lona is stitching so slow, apparently. She's falling asleep. Oh dear. It's very handy. So if you want to go to bed, you just start stitching. Oh, Adana. So have you ordered a dimensions kit? So Adana's waiting for the kit to arrive, and maybe she can join us tomorrow. Wonderful. It's good fun. All right, 77. I'm really enjoying these green colors. 77. Lizzie says, can you see my comments? Yes, I can see this one. Sola says, thank you, Yogi. I feel better. The focus should be fun and progress. Is progress? Yes. I mean, Sola, you know, ultimately, why do you stitch? I'm sure because you love it. Not because you know, you don't love it less because you know, your stitching speed. And who are you comparing yourself to, right? So the speed that you feel most comfortable with is the best speed for you. There you go. And Adana says, I wish it was Dimensions kit. I love Maggie, and but they're not available in my country. It's just a cross stitching kit I found online. I fell in love with. Oh, it's absolutely fine. Absolutely, yes. And Aldana, remind me where you are in the world. No home address, okay? No maiden name, just a, sort of roughly where you are in the world. I'm wondering why you cannot get Dimensions Kit. But any patterns, any kits you like, just come and join us. Argentina, Aldana. So yes, sometimes I just take it for granted that you know, there's certain things are not worldwide, available worldwide. I just assume that because Dimension's so popular as a brand, I just presume they're available everywhere. But it's not true, not in Argentina. Hi, Tracy Parker. Hello, hello. Tracy says, I just bought a pattern kit. I opened it and found that it has a color printed pattern. Any ideas on how to tackle this? I need to mark off my stitches on my pattern. Yeah, sometimes there's a color version when you buy PDFs patterns as well. And I never know what to do with them. Why do you want them to be colored? Because it's very distracting. With patterns, you just want symbols, right? So I don't know, maybe someone can help. Why do they always have a color version? Just one more stitch here, and I'm going to end it. It's perfect. And we look at these colors, just so pretty. Really, really pretty. And this is just a tiny, tiny corner. You know, if I zoom out to show the entire fabric and the pattern, this is just a tiny, tiny corner of this pattern, and but it's full of life. The colors so lively. Michelle says my brother-in-law flies to Argentina all the time. Yes, Michelle, it's the same brother-in-law that bought you chocolate buttons, isn't it? I know the one. Here we go. I'm gonna pick one more color here. Oh, and next to the green is the red one. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm gonna do the shadow for this pen here, which is 16. And 16, if I remember correctly, is actually 310, guys. 310, spooky bingo, go. I should get at least 3 spooky bingo stitching 310. This one I know is definitely 310. So I miss our spooky bingos. Hi, Kelly Walker. Kelly Walker is our new friend. Kelly says, hello, I'm a new subscriber, Yogi. When you start a stitch on this project, how is the thread being anchored here? I can show you. Oh, in fact, I just started this one. But the next one, I'm going to show you how to do it. So for 25 counts, okay, 1/1 or 2/1, doesn't matter. I normally just do a straight stitch and try to leave a little tail here. As you can see, it's a little bit, but I'll show you again when I start the next color. So welcome, Kelly. I'll give you a shout when I switch color. Okay, it's very, very simple. Oh, Michelle and Susan. Yes, Spooky Bingo Susan. Well done. Yes, Spooky Bingo goes to Susan, the first one today. Probably the only one, because the other colors, I have no idea what they are. With DMC. Nikki says I'm all for smuggling. Yes, Bruno Ayres is Argentina. Yes, finally, we made contact with Spooky Bingos. Yes, Aldana. If you need any type of stitchy stuff smuggled to Argentina, we have Nikki here, okay? CXC 310 DMC, whatever it is. Oh yes, if it's lagging, okay, I've got a little bit of sort of yellow warning here as well. I think something about YouTube that is kind of is trying to buffer. Let me see if I can do something from my end. I don't think it's me. I have not changed anything. But let me see if I can do something here to readjust. Sometimes it does that, so be patient. Sometimes it just lags for no reason. But let me see if I can do something here, okay? Sometimes if I just slow down the thing a little bit, it fixes it. It makes it slightly better, but let me see if it makes any difference, okay? It's the bit rate sometimes, but I think it's mostly YouTube or the internet doing certain things. But let me know if it makes any difference. And sometimes if it gets slightly laggy, if you give it a little time, it might come back. It might fix itself. Dominique says, Yogi, what is Spooky Bingo? Yes, Spooky Bingo is when, so today I'm stitching GeckoRouge, so the numbers are just arbitrary numbers, ordered, labeled by the kit. But normally if I stitch DMC, every time I switch color, I go, I don't know, 310 or 550 or something. I call out the number because it helps me to remember which color I'm supposed to be switching to. And when I do that, very often some stitchers will be stitching the same color as me. And that's when the spooky bingo happens. So if you're stitching the same number as me, you just call out spooky bingo. And we have emoji as well. So, so you can flash that. And we have a spooky bingo. Sometimes multiple ones. Donna says, I can't explain to you how hard it is to get good stuff here. Yes, you're speaking to the right person. That's Nikki that you need to speak to. Yes, I remember you said this, Aldana. The cross-stitching is not very popular over there in Argentina. I wonder, we need to bring, you know, cross-stitching to Argentina because they need this hobby, okay? Hi, Lynn. Lynn Kershaw is here. Says, hi, Yogi. Hope you and all the stitchers are okay. Yes. Great to see you. And Handmade is here as well. Handmade Heaven from Australia. And says, good morning to everyone. Yes, it's good morning in Australia and New Zealand as well. Oh, Janine, yes, refresh. I don't know. I have not done anything to the setting here, so I don't know. Is maybe it's my my connection being a little bit choppy, and just be patient. And normally it fixes itself after a while. Oh, Dominique says, why it's spooky? Do you not think it's spooky, Dominique? That's pretty spooky when multiple stitchers stitching the same color at the same time. I think it's pretty spooky. Is it better, guys? So I made some adjustment there, but so sometimes if you just leave it for a few moments, it will kind of fix itself. Let me know if it's a little bit better. Aldana says the main reason is that we have very strict import policies here, and they're a bit lighter with this government, but I guess people are not aware of full coverage. Cross-stitching is a thing. I think a lot of even stitchers, regular stitchers, don't know. And I wonder why they have any restrictions on cross-stitching kits. You know, it's not like there's any sensitivity with stitching. Yes, Aldana, you're going to be the pioneer, okay? Sola says the stream is not lagging here, so it's probably regional sometimes. Sometimes YouTube is doing... Is it better now, Ginny? Good. Lynn says, Yogi, I was watching stitchers on YouTube. They don't stitch like us. They go to top right, bottom left. I can't do it. Oh, do you mean the starting point of a piece? I think it probably it varies. It varies for stitchers, isn't it? I think different projects I start at different point from different corners. Some from the center. I've got a bottom. This is bottom center, and I've got quite a few upper left. start as well. And I also have one sleep time that I start from upper right. So it all depends. Oh, see, that's coming together. Now I've got the shadow as well. Now you can see it's starting to look like a pencil. Janine says, did you see my comment about getting 600 plus stitches on Marvelous Circuits today? No, I didn't. Now, but I can see this one. I got it. 600. How long did it take you? Like from the beginning of the stream? 600 is a lot. Yes. 600 is like 6 blocks. That's a lot. So well done, Janine. Round of applause for Janine. 600. It's a nice number as well. How about 666? Can you do 6 more stitches and make it 666? I think that's even spookier. 60. Let me come back here. Zoom out for you. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because it's very zoomed in. Maybe the internet just has having a hard time dealing with such close-up. Who knows? Maddie's lagging as well. And now that warning sign has disappeared. So let me know if it's a little bit better. A little bit better. See, Nikki's coming up with solutions. Here we go. Is it chocolate time? Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, it's 10:30 over here. Let me have a look. Ah, so Janine, you actually spend time stitching. Yes. So Janine is more of a marathon endurance athlete, right? If you have time to do it, you can do a lot of stitches. Hi, Marsha. Hello. Marsha says, just woken up. Watch replay but say hello. Yes, well done. Well done, Marsha. Good morning. And let's have a look. Let me pick my next color. I think it's red. The red pencil next. Indeed. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7 is a burgundy. Here we go. Oh yeah, who was asking? Kelly, was it? Kelly, yes. Now I'm going to show you how I start, okay? It's really, really simple. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you, if the internet doesn't break. Okay, so Kelly, watch this. So I take my thread, and ultimately what I'm doing is just do a normal cross, okay? Just like a normal cross stitch. But I'm gonna just move away slightly because I want to leave a tiny tail here. So what I normally do, because this is where I'm aiming for, okay? But I'm gonna just move away a couple of stitches to leave a little tail. You can decide how long you want to leave it. And literally, I'm gonna just going to do a normal stitch. Okay, so let me try to complete the first leg. But before you pull the thread all the way down, I'm gonna just gently tuck this tail a little bit and make it as short as I can without losing it. So it's still very close to the fabric. And then I'm gonna complete the second leg as I pull it down. And essentially when you do this, it kind of anchors the tail underneath. So I can tuck this thread a little bit. I'm not losing this stitch here, the first leg. And I just go ahead and complete the second leg. And now I can tuck the thread as much as I want. Can you see that? I'm actually tucking my thread underneath and it doesn't go anywhere. And that's it. And if there's still a little bit peeking out of the fabric, you just tease it off the fabric and that's it. So this is how I normally do it. It's really simple, okay? Hi, Siri 10 Stitcher, hello. And Chloe says, Yogi, how do you usually have your floss for your project? Do you mean how do I organize my floss? I can show you. So let me just do this one here. Come up here. So Chloe, let me show you my organizer. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. This is kind of my organizer for different threads. Let me zoom out a little bit more. So for our new members and new stitchers here in a group, you're probably not familiar with this the thread cards here. So this is my organizer. So I've got this 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 different sets. So one for DMC. So this one is specifically for this project because the threads are numbered differently, even though the threads is essentially DMC. So I've got the thread cards here. So this is the previous version. Let me show you my new version, okay? It's a little bit fancier, but fundamentally very similar. So let me show you my DMC set. So I normally work with a master set, and so this set essentially captures, it's got slots for the entire set, which is over 500 colors. And some of them, so I just load them up when, only the colors I need. So some of them, I have not come across them. I don't have them. Okay, so this is numbered with DMC thread colors, thread numbers. And I just make the thread cards with the numbers already printed. And I attach a piece of... is it still lagging? Okay, and I just attach a piece of felt on top of the thread cards here, and so I can dog my needles or my threads like this when I have leftover threads. So hopefully you can see. So it works very similarly with all my sets. I've got one set for DMC, one set for CXC, and one set for GeckoRouge, and one other for my 14 count, which is Egyptian cotton. So this is how I normally do it, so I work with master set, so hopefully that helps. And oh, by the way, this set I forgot to mention. New stitchers in the group probably don't know. So this pattern, that's a newer, updated pattern. PDFs you can get from Facebook group. Our Facebook group. I have one post that I attach a link that you can download a PDF, and if you have a printer, you can print the thread cards yourself. Okay, so it's free for you, and so you can find the link via our Facebook group. Okay. So I'm working on a more advanced pattern. I'm still working on it, incorporating the color swatches as well. For that one, I'll probably put on my shop there. It's not going to be free, but you know, the one you just saw with the numbers is free for you to download. So you can find a post on the Facebook group. Okay, so. Let me find it here. Is the connection a little bit better now? Because the warning message seems to have disappeared. So it may be just the internet being temperamental there. So Kelly, that makes sense, right? You just do a stitch. One, two, three, four. Good. Yes, the you know, internet sometimes getting a little bit temperamental, so sometimes just leave it alone for a little bit, and normally sort yourself out. So one, two, three, four. Here we go. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. I don't know whether it's the... Hi, Wild Fox. Welcome. Chloe says, I'm currently using homemade drops, but I'm starting to think about how to store my floss once I no longer need the color. It really depends. I think a master set makes sense if you are stitching multiple projects and looking to grow the number of webs, right? Because essentially you can just start a project without having to kit up individual sets, right? Which is quite a hassle. And also it's very hard to gauge how much thread for whatever color that you need, because they're all set, you know, in separate set. And so essentially I just have one set for each type of threads, and that's it. I use them for everything. If it's lagging, it's probably not you, because I'm getting sort of weird warnings here as well, and it's been on and off. So I don't know whether it's my connection or it's just YouTube being YouTube sometimes. So Nikki says having a full set will let you start all the things. Yes, Nikki would know about that. Yes. Because originally I started off trying to kit up Heaven and Earth project. So I started up, the first one was 90 colors. So, you know, it was kind of still doable, but when I tried to kit up the max color project, I knew I really need a whole set. Hey, Ruth, the map pie stitcher, is in the chat. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 2 more. Oh yeah, we were supposed to have some chocolate. I forgot about it completely. Yes, let's have a little break and have some chocolate. And hopefully the internet is going to sort itself out. Here we go. 67. And let me zoom out a little bit here. Here we go. Okay then, let's have a bit of a chocolate time here. And new joiners, if you've never come across, you never watched the stream before, we have a chocolate break, okay? So it's mandatory. It's mandatory for the stream. You have to bring your own chocolate, and because Yogi is not able to deliver chocolates to you, okay? Not at this point. As soon as the technology catches up, then we will be delivering chocolate live to all the stitchers. So today I'm still on this very sorry looking giant chocolate button, okay? They're not in button shape at all, okay? So it's a lie, it's a lie. This pack came like this. All the pieces are like this, okay? It's part of the button, giant chocolate button fragments. So guys, cheers, okay? Cheers to internet, And if it's lagging, be patient, and things will sort themselves out, hopefully. And sometimes internet is doing internet things. So have your coffee and your snacks ready and relax. There you go. Cheers. Sweet and Stitcher says, originally I kitted up projects individually, but now use a master set. The big advantage to kitting up individually, besides time consuming, is the amount of dollars and so much repeat floss. Exactly. So I think a lot of stitchers probably have an inventory of the amount of the floss, keeping track like that, and then kind of top up the colors as they go. And you can't really do that if you have them kind of, you know, in separate sets. It's very hard to gauge what you need to buy, etc. So yes, once I've got the master set, I never look back. So, and also the great thing is you can just have a new start without having to think about, you know, without having to kind of spend time kitting up projects. So one more piece. See, as we're eating chocolate, the internet seems to get better. Her chocolate is fixing the internet. Sola says, with each chart, I buy only the colors I don't have, and there's fewer and fewer with each chart. Eventually, yes, I think you can probably build up your full set that way, topping up at a time. But there's quite a lot of work, and I understand the full set is kind of quite expensive, you know, to buy initially if you're gonna get a, you know, DMC, for instance. It's a little bit of investment, so you can build up slowly, like that. But so eventually you probably have kind of somewhere close to a full set like that. So hello, Jay. We have a new friend, guys. Jane, hello. Jane says, I finally had my wrist surgery last week, so until I'm recovered, I enjoy watching you stitch. Jane, yes, we have a few stitchers having kind of surgeries with the hands for some reason, and be patient, and do not worry. Yogi will slow stitch for you, okay, Jane, and you can watch us doing it and talk about it. You can talk about it, right? So I'm sure that's a nice fix as well. So welcome. Aldana says, Yogi, I believe if you added chocolate to the store, you'll get rich. Yes. You know, slow yogi chocolate, dark chocolate. I have to come up with my own version of chocolate button, you know. So Solar says, I'll have a broccoli break. Okay, instead of chocolate, Solar is having broccolis. And Solar says, chocolate will require calorie budgeting on weight loss journey, but not today. That's very, very disciplined. Yes, broccolis. I love broccolis, you know, and avocado, broccolis. I love cauliflower as well. I can literally, sometimes I buy the entire head of broccolis, not broccolis as well, but cauliflower. I can literally just eat the whole thing easily. And oh, Jackie's Stitch list. Yes, I had a sneaky peek as well of Jackie's channel as well. Really nice, really nice. Yes, Jackie's a floss tuber as well. Okay, I think she's trying to hide it, but we've outed her. We outed her as a floss tuber. Let me take a my chocolate. Not my chocolate, my coffee. Odana says, in my currency, a full set of floss from Temu is around $100, which is quite pricey for me. $100 of what brand? Because for DMC, it will probably, it'll probably cost a lot more. Michelle says, instead of button-shaped chocolate, you can make it in the shape of eggs. Yes, egg shape. Yes, exactly. Or chocolate needle minders made of chocolate, right? So you can use it for one session, and you can eat half of it, and then at the end of the stitching session, you can eat the remaining chocolate needle minder. So who doesn't like dark chocolate? Who? Raise your hands. We need to do something about that. Let's have a look. I think the internet is behaving a little bit, but I'm not going to say it. As long as, as soon as I say it, it starts to play up again. So I'm going to just keep it quiet. All right, the next one is 66. It's a burgundy. Chloe says it's about 400 Australian dollars for DMC here. Yes, for a full set of DMC in the UK is about ranging from 400 to 450, I think. That would be the average. Maybe the prices are going up, I don't know. But last time I checked. So it's not cheap. So maybe slowly building up with the colors you need is one way of doing it, but it's it's just a little bit more hassle because every time you have to order a few scans here, a few scans there. Rugs, I love the idea. Dolly shaped chocolate. Yes, they're gonna just be bestseller, I bet. Dominique says, chocolate needle minder, I love the idea, would be great in Canada, but will not work with heat in Australia. Yes, it's going to melt. Yes, so we need to find a way to make it a heat-proof, heat-proof chocolate needle minder. So it's kind of rewarding, right? So each session, you're allowed to eat one, one needle minder. Maybe dolly-shaped needle minder. made of chocolate. Oh, Solar, you're so lucky. Solar says DMC, a single scan is 56 cents, I'm guessing, US dollars. So it's like half a dollar. Wow. Just not fair. Over here, on average, if you buy online, it's about £1.25. You can probably get it down to about £1 in some places. But if you go to a retail store, most of the time this is probably £1.50 per scan. It's quite pricey here. Hi, Cassie. Cassie Hapler is joining us. But the thing is, DMC's prices can be, can get a little bit, challenging for some of us. But luckily, we have other brands to play with. We've got CXC, we've got a few other brands. And they're all really nice to stitch. I have not heard one brand is just terrible. So you do have choices. Depends on where you are. Majority of those brands, they use the same color numbering system. So, you can just swap them very easily. Betty Hankins says here at Hobby Lobby, that's the craft store, I think. DMC is now 69 cents. It's still very, very good though. 69 cents is how much in UK money? 50p? £1.50, yes. I think you can probably get it slightly cheaper online, but not that much really. If you're going to buy a whole set. Okay, let me mark these ones. It's quite striking, isn't it, this bit? Okay, next one. You see what colors are waiting for me. So I've got a red and orange. '23. 23 is a bright red. '23. Okay, so it's a red. Oh, wow. Odana says one DMC floss here is around $4 US. Wow. So I think Argentina is getting the roughest deal as far as DMC. That makes me feel a little bit better, because I always thought Europe, where we're having sort of, being charged most for DMC floss. That's rough, man. That's Argentina. I think if not many people are stitching, there are less people requiring certain item, I presume, probably more expensive it gets, because just less people buying certain things. So, Dana, it's all down to you now. If you start to make full coverage or dimensions kit popular in Argentina, things will get cheaper. I'm guessing. Love Drunk says, Yogi, I pay €57 for 482 colors. Of what? Of what? Which brand? €57. Not DMC for sure. CXC? Chloe says, as for chocolate needle miters, chocolate and pancake do pins. That could easily turn into miters. Pancakes. Pancake needle miter. And Ruth says in Australia, DMC is 1.5 US, not US dollars, Australian dollars. A spotlight, or 1.20 if you're VIP customers. It sounds like, I can't remember the conversion rates, but it sounds like it's a lot cheaper than the UK, I think. Yes, I was thinking that as well, Adana, because it's not just the prices per item, it's also how, in relation to the sort of average income. So in Europe, you can probably charge a little bit more because general income, particularly, certain part of Europe is quite high. So maybe it kind of balances out somehow. But in Argentina, if the average income is much lower, then, proportionally, it just sounds so pricey, isn't it? It's ridiculous. No wonder no one's stitching, because it's so expensive. Love Drunk says the E brand. YouTube won't let me type the brand. Which brand is it? It's banned by YouTube. They ban weird things, random things. Oh, so it's lagging again. Yes, I can see there's a little sign there telling me the connection is not very stable. It could be just one of those days, you know, sometimes the internet just not having a good time. But I don't know if there are adjustments I can do. Let me try one more thing here. Let me see if this is going to make any difference. All right, I just adjusted the setting slightly. Sometimes it helps, but sometimes it doesn't. So let me know. Aldana says, I believe costs are a big reason for cross-stitching unpopular here. If people request it as importers. Listen. Yes, I think if the material is so expensive, why would people bother doing it? Because they probably choose to do something else that's more reasonable, right? So that's very unfortunate. And it's a vicious cycle as well, because the less people doing it, the more expensive the material would be, because it's more niche, isn't it? So walk away thinks is DMC is going to be one of those, you know, silver and gold, and use it as a way to exchange, have some sort of pricing thingy, just like gold and silver, precious metals. Well, the thing is, it's up to us. So it's down to the stitchers, right? Because if we allow a brand to monopolize the market, that's going, you know, I think that's going to happen. They can just adjust the prices up and down because you have no choices. So they can do whatever, you know, whatever they want. But if you say no and go, we have choices. We have CXC, we have other brands, Egyptian cotton or whatever it is, then they're probably going to be a little bit more mindful about their pricing because people are going to leave them. So diamond painting is expensive as well. Lynn says, Yogi, DMC, full set, 495. Colors or prices? Walkaway says my husband was having trouble with his internet connection at work too. He texted me a while ago and asked if I'm having trouble with it. Maybe there's some sort of worldwide situation. So sometimes it happens if it's happening everywhere, you know. So Dominique saying, I buy my full set on Dream Stitch. Which brand? So I wasn't following what everybody was saying. Yes, there are quite a lot of different types of threads. I'm sure they're really good to stitch as well. CXC is very, very reasonably priced. And the colors are beautiful. They're not inferior in any way. Maybe DMC would like you to think it has to be DMC and no one else. I don't believe that. Yes, Aldana, maybe you could start, you know. You can have a little shop with dimensions kits and some floss and maybe run a local stitching group. And before you know it, you're going to have a business. Egyptian cotton. Yes, I quite like for my 14 count stitching kits, they come with Egyptian cotton, and I like it. It feels, you know, its texture is a little bit different, but that's a good thing because it's a different stitching experience. Walkaway says, when I first began stitching back in the late 80s, early 90s, you could get 10 scans of DMC for $1. What? That's outrageous. But then US is a really big market, isn't it? So they can probably afford to lower the prices a little bit and appeal to the masses. But then again, European market is quite big as well, but we're paying for everything. Hey, busy mom. So everybody's lagging. So is it just my channel? Have you tried watching other channels? Is it still lagging as well? So we can work out whether it's my end that's causing the lag, or is it kind of, you know, worldwide internet thingy? If it's just my channel, then there's probably something going on here with my connection. Oh, so Betty says, I'll use any thread, but coats. Is that JP Coats? I'm not familiar with their threads, actually. And Betty thinks it's awful. Shreds. Oh, so he shreds too much. Okay, so that's not good. I have not tried their threads, so I don't know. Yes, definitely. If it's poor quality, then there's no excuses. Adana says, I have a small crochet community. I'll try to get some. Yes, definitely. If you have a bunch of people who love, crafting already, then, you can just start to introduce stitching to them. Yes, in this group, we have a lot of knitters and people who crochet as well. And I certainly do. I haven't done much of knitting and crocheting for a long time since I fell into this rabbit hole. I only have this much bandwidth to play with. And also, I really want to stitch, really. If I had, if I have some time to do some crafts, I'd rather rather be stitching. So, but otherwise, I love knitting as well and crochet. Ruth says, I got a sample of a painting fairy thread. And the color I got is exact match for DMC for the same color and Egyptian cottons. Yes, there are quite a few other brands that the color, the thread numbering is identical to DMC. So it's very easy to switch. Busy Mom says, I can hear you. Your hands are not moving. And Busy Mom, is it just my channel or the entire YouTube is playing up? Because I'm not sure. Sometimes it could be my end because my broadband sometimes can play up as well. And it's out of my control. And a lot of times, if they have issues, they fix it very quickly. But hopefully the sound, audio is still working because I try to kind of adjust from my end. I'm not sure it's making a lot of difference, so I don't know what the issues are. And guys, let me know if the video is too choppy, because if it's not really sort of, and also if you could check for me whether it's just this channel or is it overall issue. So even audio is a little bit iffy, is it? Walk away. Oh, so it's my channel. So it could be, if it's just my channel, it could be my broadband connection. There's something going on there. Right. Sneaky says it might be the live functions, videos are normal, or perhaps it could be my broadband, because sometimes it has happened in the past. You know, the broadband, my broadband is fixed, you know, has certain issues, but there's not much I could do from my end. If it's really bad, we could wrap up and come back tomorrow as well. And I'll definitely look into to see what's happening, because sometimes they you know, if the broadband itself is having issues, then they just need to fix it. The audio is bad as well. Janine says maybe start a new stream. I can try that, but I'm just looking at the time. Guys, what do you think? Should I start another one, or maybe we can wrap up and then I'll see if I can sort out the issues and come back tomorrow. Your choice. And let me just have a quick look of my broadband status. Sometimes if they have issues, they would tell you. Let me just have a quick check. Okay, bear with me. They normally fix it very fast. I'm just logging into my account to see if, because normally if there's something going on, they would tell you. Let me just have a quick check, okay? So my audio is bad. So if the audio is bad, that's not good. Because sometimes if it's just the visual, then at least you can hear me. But if my voice is playing up as well, let me just have a look, okay? Because if when we started, it was okay, wasn't it? We didn't have a problem when we started. So my broadband says everything's fine. So I don't know what the issue is. So normally, if there's something going on with my broadband, it would tell me. If it's really bad, how about we wrap up, right? And I'll see if I can fix it. Let me find out if there's anything going on with my connection. And then we come back for the Dimension South tomorrow. How's that? So Walkaway says other live streams seems to be okay. All right then. In that case, let me make a executive decision here. So for today, yes, if you can't hear me either, then that's a problem, isn't it? So how about if we wrap up today? Okay, how's that? Can you guys hear me still? Or do I sound like I'm under in a fish tank? Sweeten says, Yogi, what is this charter stitching? I have never seen it before. Okay, before I sign out, okay, so I'm going to sign out for this session, because it's, you know, if you can't hear me very well, then it's no fun. So I'm going to just show you the mock-up, and for those of you who weren't here in the beginning, and this is it. This is a pattern by it's artwork by Collin Thompson, and it's charted by GeckoRouge, and this is a project I've been working on for over 3 years, but this is the second start that I started at the end of last year. Okay, so But before I go, let me show you the stitch count, okay? So hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, guys, if you can still hear me, give me a little wave. So at least I can wrap up this session for you. Michelle says audio is fine with me. So I think it's probably, I don't know if it's regional or because my broadband says nothing wrong with my broadband. So, because last couple of times when we had issues, oh, I can hear. So busy mom can hear me, but it's very choppy with the video. But whichever, whatever case, why don't we wrap up? So because, if it's really difficult to watch, it's kind of, it's quite challenging. So yes, it's called Craft Cupboard, and I'm going to share with you my stitch count. How's that? And we'll come back. We'll reconvene tomorrow with our dimensions style. Okay, so I am going to show you 3. Okay, have to count down 2. If you can still hear me, and 1. All right, here we go. It has to be done. 284 stitches. Yes, it's not too bad, right? And 284 because today, literally, I'm just stitching vertical columns here. And yes, and so not bad at all, I'm very pleased. So here we go. Okay, thank you for being so patient with Yogi. Okay, so sometimes the internet does the internet thing. It could be my broadband. I'll investigate and see what's happening. And if not, hopefully it's going to be all okay tomorrow. Okay, so from the sleepy London town.